All right, here we go. Never a dull moment in Knicks Nation. Salute to everybody in the chat on this drive home edition of KFTV Live, presented by KnicksFanTV.com. If you're a diehard Knicks fan, hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. The number one show for the fans by the fans. Malcolm Brogdon out of there. Just that quickly, Malcolm Brogdon has announced his retirement after 9 seasons in the NBA. So we got to talk about it, man. Emergency live stream. Call me up on the KFTV Discord immediately. Where do we go from here? We got to talk about it. Salute to the Fanchise channel members. Salute to everybody watching worldwide. Salute to the replay gang, of course. Let's get into it. You know, this is why I always end every show with, if something happens, bring it right back here because we're going to be here to talk about it. And with the Knicks having to make a decision on their final roster spot this coming Saturday, we were expecting moves to be made, but not with the guy that we expected to be here and that the Knicks expected to be here. Malcolm Brogdon announcing his retirement, 9 years in the NBA. Somebody who the Knicks had plans for in this rotation is now calling it quits. You can't make it up. Here was Shams on NBA Today with the report on Brogdon. Here we go.
Look, after 9 NBA seasons, Malcolm Brogdon has suddenly made the decision to retire from basketball. So this is someone that was set to make the Knicks regular season roster, but he has been contemplating retirement for the last few weeks, and he informed the Knicks of his decision today. The Knicks had slated him to be the backup point guard on this 2025-26 roster, but Brogdon has made the decision to retire from basketball. This is someone that was one of 2 NBA players ever to win Rookie of the Year and 6th Man of the Year. He also had a 50-40-90 season in his NBA career, so heavily productive stints, particularly in Milwaukee, Indiana, and Boston. Here's his statement right there to ESPN about his decision to retire. And this abrupt decision does have a direct impact on the Knicks, but Malcolm Brogdon, after 9 NBA seasons, is retiring from the game of basketball.
Oh, we certainly.
So Brogdon calling it quits. I mean, you know, my immediate reaction to this is shocking. It's shocking. And this is a big deal. I really do believe this is a big deal with the Knicks are concerned. Having watched him in these couple of preseason games, he did look washed. I'm not going to lie to you. He did not look all that great. I was cautiously optimistic saying, hey, maybe he's trying to pace himself, stay healthy for when it really counts. But he did not look good. He looked a step slow. Yes, he can still play make and play smart, but he couldn't get past, second unit guys, getting his stuff thrown when he got to the rim. It was a little bit tricky there for Malcolm Brogdon. So, it wasn't a tremendous loss in terms of a player because I wasn't so sure how much he had left. But this is a big hole in terms of the fact that the Knicks need a backup point guard. Knicks need a backup point guard. So where the original plan was maybe keep Brogdon, keep Shamet, and maybe trade Kolic or Dadier, you got to keep Tyler Kolic right now. And I would even still lean on keeping Dadier and just sign Shamet, let Shamet keep that final spot. Looks like they got plans for him anyway. But right now, as it looks, the Knicks have to keep Tyler Kolic for sure. But now, Tyler Kolic goes into the season as your lone backup point guard for a team that has championship aspirations. It's a big deal. Because now this thrusts Deuce McBride and Jordan Clarkson into more playmaking duties, and Josh Hart. Those 3 guys are going to be relied on now to play make for a second unit that even coming into the season was lacking quality playmaking. Because Deuce and Clarkson, we need them to be scoring. They have the scorer's mindset. You're going to be bringing Yabusele off the bench. Yabusele needs guys to set him up. So this is going to be a challenge here for Mike Brown and the staff going forward depending on how they address this roster spot. They do not have a backup point guard right now. Russell Westbrook just signed with the Kings today. We don't want Ben Simmons. So as far as options, where do we go from here? Do we give Delon Wright a call? Delon Wright is available. Delon Wright is a guy who, at the very least, is going to have a high floor defensively, smart player, and can play make because of his unselfishness, and at times a little too unselfish. He passes up a lot of shots, but he's going to make smart plays. Do we give Delon Wright a call? He's been here last year with this team. Do you give big money Alec Burks a call? Do you give big money AB a call? I told you earlier today, I'm interested in Victor Oladipo, man. Kick the tires on Oladipo and roll the dice. See what's up. See what's going on with him. What is he looking for? Is this the fit for him? Then you got guys like Corey Joseph. I mean, there's really not much out there. So if they're going to trade Dadier, which it doesn't seem like they got much plans for him anyway, I would look in that direction. Delon Wright, Cole Oladipo, big money Alec Burks. That's my top three. I know I'm not giving you much. But, I mean, look, we're talking about back end of the rotation, but we're also talking about somebody that can come in, make plays for that second unit. Right now, the second unit is filled with guys who need the ball in their hands to score. So, boy, oh boy, that makes Josh Hart's role very important right now. Call me up on the Discord. Let me know what you guys think. Where do we want to go right now at the backup point spot? This is a big deal. And, like, if I'm Brogdon, why'd you waste these guys' time? And it was so funny because they were showing, who was this? They were showing, there's reels out there with Malcolm Brogdon moving into New York. So everybody's like, yo, Malcolm Brogdon's here to stay. We already know where that final roster spot's going. We got reels and whatnot of Malcolm Brogdon packing his bags and moving out here. Never a dull moment in the Knicks verse. Never a dull moment. Here was Stephen Bondi. Shout out to Steph. Says Malcolm Brogdon's sudden retirement is a shocker. He was going to make the Knicks final roster and said in Abu Dhabi he was expecting to play. Remember all of that? I'm here to play. I'm here to play. I'm here to get minutes. But according to Bondi, the career in the NBA took a toll physically, mentally, and I heard it dawned on him in camp that some of the desire, hunger was lost. He didn't look good out there, man. He really didn't. He looked like he was moving in quicksand. So he got a free vacation to Abu Dhabi. got some free jerseys, some medical treatment, and he packed his bag. So maybe he plans on staying here in New York. Maybe he was just like, listen, we're gonna move to New York anyway. But what a waste of time, man. What are we talking about here? So, yeah, this is it right here. This guy's with piece of cake movers at Malcolm Brogdon moving his stuff. Next thing you know, he's out of here in a New York minute. It happens that quickly. So what do you guys want to do? Let me get some of you guys up here on the phone lines. Drive Home Edition. If you guys are out there on the grind, leave me a hashtag grind in the chat. We'll shout you guys out. Let me shout out some super chats that have come in. Shout out to our guy here, $20 super chat from Mr. J. Russ. Fanchise channel member says, Victor may be a great option to go for as long as he knows his role and plays within the team. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. when things tighten up, when it comes to money time, you got to have guys out there on the court that's going to be willing to put the ball on the floor, make a play, drop a bucket, and get it gritty. You need a variety of shot creators. It's worth a risk. I'd see what the knee's looking like. I'm telling you, preseason, he looked pretty smooth out there. I'm calling Oladipo up. It's the back end of the roster, man. Roll the dice. Some of you guys want to keep Gary Bird. Gary Bird and Shamit are one and the same. You know, Garrison Matthews and Landry Shamit are one and the same. It doesn't make sense to keep both. You need extra playmaking out there. Now, let's hold some people up on the Discord here. We have a couple other super chats that have come in. Shout out to, let's see who this is right here. We got a super chat from Stop the Panic. Number 3 on the chat leaderboard says, very odd when the NBA insurance is after 10 years. Okay, I got to look into that. I'm not sure what the pension and insurance stuff is after that. I got to look into that. But hey, this is his call. Shout out to Word XXI says could have used him maybe 2-3 years ago. Yeah, the number of times we tried to put Brogden on this team, and now he's gone. now he's gone. So, in a New York minute, man. Shout out to LD. He's quoting me. He says, "Be back on if anything crazy happens." Yeah, that was me this morning. That was me this morning, man. Never a dull moment in the Knicks verse. All right, let me get LD up here on the Discord members lounge. We got to go to the members lounge. Remember, members, you get to skip the line on the Discord. So we got to go to the members lounge and go to LD, man. How you feeling, bro? Still there?
You hear me?
Yep, loud and clear, man. What's good? Me? Yep, I'm here.
I'm good. How you doing? You good?
Yeah. Never been better.
I watched this morning and you said if anything crazy happens, I'll be back on here, and lo and behold, the Knicks do Knicks things.
Yep.
I think so. Here's one thing, because those who are on this call right now and who've been watching, who are so ready to throw away youth because they see an exciting veteran that could do this, and that. This is why you don't just throw away the youth. That's one. If we're being honest about the skill set of players, just the skill set, not who your favorite is, there is only one player on the bench who can run an offense. His name's Tyler Kolek. McBride cannot run an offense. Josh Hart can run a motion offense, like a consistently moving offense, but not a half-court offense. We saw Brogdon. Maybe when he won 6th Man of the Year, he could. Not in a Knicks jersey. So we're being honest about who can run the offense off the bench. The only one that we have so far is Tyler Kolek.
You're right.
And I mean, I don't know what Mike Brown is going to do. I don't know. I've heard Dylan Wright is available. I did just hear you say Russell Westbrook just signed. Thank God. Yeah. That's not who we want.
Yeah.
Please,
I'm with you.
Never.
I'm with you. Well, not top of my list. I'm just saying as a potential option that's gone. Not top of my list, though, no.
I don't mind Wright, though, because Wright was great last year with us.
Yeah.
So if he's available, bring him in. But this is exactly why you don't make rush moves. What made him decide to just retire?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. According to Bondi, he said the hunger just wasn't there. I mean, you can kind of see it on the court, man. He was just like a step slow. He just didn't look. He didn't look like who he used to be.
Yeah, go get Wright as quick as possible, because he was legit last year.
Yeah,
again,
and at least he'll up your defense. He'll be unselfish and he'll make the right play.
Exactly. And me saying that Tyler Kolek can run an offense does not mean he's the best to run the offense. That doesn't mean that's our best. That's the best option that we should implement. But the reality is, skills-wise, he's the only one who can. So we definitely need to start and get somebody else, because as great as he looked the last game, and I'm a Kolek fan, championship contending though, we at least need another solid veteran
You need a
backup.
vet.
And
You
Wright's
need one
perfect.
more vet. Yeah.
Right.
You need one more
But
vet.
I'm glad
man.
I'm glad Brogdon, thank you for dipping out before it got too late.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
better now than, later in the season, but it's just hilarious that you didn't say this was going to happen, but you said if anything crazy happens, I'll jump on and, Knicks will do Knicks things, but I'll holler at you.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, man. We've been doing this long enough to know, man. It's old.
To know.
Anything is
That's
possible.
facts.
Anything is possible.
That's
man.
facts. That's facts.
Yes,
Stay up.
sir. LD on the Discord, man. Stay up. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. He's saying in Tyler we trust. And right now, he's right. Right now, Tyler Kolic is the one guy, is your best playmaker on that bench. You don't want to put it in Clarkson's hands to do that. You don't want to put it in Deuce's hands to do that. You want them playing at their best, which is to score. But you're losing what, the spot that Brogden was filling was what you were hoping for would be someone who could log some minutes for Brunson, be a smart playmaker, knock down a 3 or 2 for you, and just be steady for that second unit. And right now, you don't have any stability right there outside of Kolic. But I do still think that the rotation is going to be Deuce, Clarkson, Hart, and Yabusele as the 9 men off the bench. I still think Kolic could be odd man out, but they're going to run into to droughts, man. They're going to run into playmaking droughts when the season goes on, when the season starts. And so Kolic is going to have to log those minutes if he's here. But as LD said, I would go with Delon Wright as a veteran insurance policy. That's who he's always been in his career. Now, nothing more, nothing less in terms of a role. That's always who Delon Wright has been. Is an insurance policy. That's what you need. All right, back to the members lounge. Who we got here? Let's see who we got. Shout out to Ace Kid 1985. Go ahead and unmute your mic on the members lounge. Ace Kid. Do we have Ace Kid 1985 on the Discord? Going once? Okay, Ace Kid, we will drop you off here, and thank you for your time. Yuri, go ahead and unmute your mic. Yuri.
Yo, CP, what a day, huh?
What a day.
I rewatched your thing on Playmaking. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna come back here a few hours later because I know something's gonna happen. Never a dull moment.
Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment.
Oh my God, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah.
How do we get to the season starts?
Yeah. I think it's a big deal, man. I really do.
It is a big deal. It is a big deal for a good reason too, because he was supposed to be the backup point guard, right? And now we're without a point guard. But you know what? I'm gonna be the guy to say it. And Tyler Kolic, I trust.
Tyler, it's your time. It's your time,
It's
man.
your time.
It's your time, bro.
All the trade rumors we were hearing about throughout the entire 2 weeks, this is why you don't trade youth. Even though we agree we're low on assets, this is why. This is why right here. We kept Kolic now. Now Kolic's going to get his time, hopefully, because God forbid if there's a trade happening today, I'm going to be very shocked.
Yeah, or do we get big money out of the trunk? Somebody in the chat, I think I saw that in the chat. Do we get big money out of the trunk, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I trusted Mike Brown, to figure the situation out. He's earned my trust. I know it's preseason, but I like what he's doing with the Knicks so far.
Yeah.
I look forward to how he coaches the team next week against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Other than that, though, this is really not a big deal at the same time, though, because now you kept your youth in an emergency. Now you can go 2 routes. One, you can focus on developing the young players on a championship contender. Crazy, I know, but we saw OKC do it, right? You can focus on developing the youth. You can focus on developing Tyler Kolic, Mohamed Diawara, right? You can focus on developing them.
Yeah.
Route 2, now, and this is from what I read from Fred Katz, is you could either trade one of the players and re-sign either Matthews or Shaman.
Yeah, you can get them later. You can get them later.
One or two, you trade both and you can just sign both of them.
Right.
Either or, I think it's a win-win for the Knicks. I'm not worried about it at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Period.
All right,
But I am worried about the playmaking, though. That is,
Yeah.
if there's one thing I'm going to watch out for, it's playmaking.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Appreciate the call. Rate that call in the chat, Yuri, on the Discord. That's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about, does this team have enough quality playmaking at the guard spot? Backup point guard. Somebody said Patrick Beverly. Good Lord. No way. All right, Abdul from San Diego. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo, what's good, CP?
How you doing? Yep, loud and clear. How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Look, I have a few things to say, man. First about this Brogden. I don't know why you wait to the last minute, but at the end of the day, man, if you don't got to fight in the dog anymore, then it's probably best that he gets out of there early before getting into the middle of the season and saying, I can't do it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, we're looking for a championship, so we need people who are going to be willing and able to play. So if you retire, congratulations. Now, does this classify him as once a Knick, always a Knick? That's the next question. So
yeah, right.
maybe he wanted the status.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, definitely, we got to get somebody. Like, I like Tyler Kolek. Maybe this is an opportunity for him to, show what he's been working on throughout the summer. I like the fact that it would have been some type of competition for him to earn the spot. But who knows? You know what I mean? It's a long season. Hopefully we can pick up a true, I like Delon, Wright, just like everybody else is saying. But look, this is Tyler's opportunity. Seize the moment. Hey, maybe he'll have a Jeremy Lin type of year.
That's it, man. That's what we're hoping for, man. At this point, it's in Tyler we trust, man. What do you guys think in the chat? Are you cool? Are you comfortable with Tyler Kolek right now as the backup point guard? Because this is it. This is his job right now. Do we have Ace Kid? Ace Kid, are you there? Let's see if you can unmute your mic. Ace Kid, are you there?
We got to get somebody like.
Yep. You got to turn down the YouTube on the background.
I would see in Yuri.
I appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call. I had to disconnect the call, man. The connection wasn't good, but we appreciate the call, man. Okay. Shout out to Jason Benjamin says, can't Kolic set up those players in the second unit? Yeah, Kolic can do it, but again, you're trying to win a championship, man. We're not talking about regular season games against the Charlotte Hornets, and then you have the Utah Jazz, and then you got the Cavs, and then you got, no, we're talking about in the 7-game series. Do we have competent playmakers in this rotation? Silk Sutton, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate the call, Silk Sutton. We got Stop the Panic, and we got that. Brogdon, out of here. What do you guys think, man? Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. I saw people making their reservations already. The KFTV watch parties for opening week is set. October 22nd, Knicks versus Cavs, home opener. October 24th, Knicks versus Celtics on a Friday night Knicks event. Opening week at Slate. Join us, man. Get your tickets at KnicksFanTV.com. Get your tickets at KnicksFanTV.com, man. RSVP, free with RSVP. You guys know what it is, man, with the KFTV Watch Party experience. We're going to have live game audio, music by DJ Eric L. Beats. We're going to have giveaways after each quarter. Fun-filled time for the faithful. No family show for this one. Can't bring the kids for these, but we will be able to have future events where the kids will be allowed. But not for these at Slate. You got to be 21 and up, but go to KnicksFanTV.com to get your tickets. Okay? Watch party season is among us. Also, get your merch. KnicksFanTV.com, man. Get your New York versus the World merch. Monte Morris, Webstar 718. Monte Morris, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one. I do wonder if he's washed. He had a really bad season with the Phoenix Suns. I definitely do wonder if Monte is washed. He's had some injury-plagued seasons last couple of years. Shout out to $5 super chat. Mr. Knicks 101 says, this is not good news at all. Knicks got to make a move. Don't want to see Kolic on my TV during the playoffs. Well, the hope is at this point is, hey, maybe under the tutelage of Mike Brown, a little development throughout the year. Maybe Tyler takes a Christian Brown leap and surprises people. That's what you got to hope for. He's got to be way more aggressive in his offense, in his three-point shooting. The playmaking, we know he could do in his sleep. That's not a problem. It's the other things to make himself more of a well-rounded threat on the court. But he played with an urgency, with a sense of urgency that you want to see him play with in that final preseason game. Never a dull moment, man. Okay, we see people getting their watch party tickets. Who's this right here? Walter Inge, of course. Walter Inge is always there. So Walter's coming to the Cavs joint. Shout out to Walter. Shout out to Joseph. Okay, Joseph is coming through to the Cavs joint. He always pulls up. He's always there for opening night. So opening night's going to be a good one. Brandon Williams says it's not that serious. Okay. I mean, that's all right. I think it is. I don't think they have a quality backup point guard right now. Kolic, yeah, you can sprinkle him in there, but he's not going to get a lot of those minutes. A lot of those minutes are going to be Deuce and Jordan Clarkson and then Josh Hart. Remember what Mike Brown wants. Driving kicks, spray threes. Do we have the guards, not Brunson, to break down a defense, get those paint touches, and get those kickouts, collapsing a defense? Deuce doesn't have that separation skill. Clarkson can do it, but Clarkson is looking for his shot. That's the problem. It's the tunnel vision. Clarkson can get you in the paint, but most part, he's looking for his shot. So that's why you're really limited to Tyler Kolic, Josh Hart. So you have inexperience, and you have a guy kind of playing out of position who can play the position, but kind of out of position. So I think there's a hole there, and we'll see how they address it in the coming days. Saturday's the day. If they're going to choose to keep Shamet, and if they're going to choose to bring somebody else in, make a trade, we'll find out by Saturday. But right now, Malcolm Brogdon, out of there, man. What do you guys think? Salute. Westbrook is with the Kings, so he's not an option. Dennis Smith Jr., I wouldn't call him. Not really interested. I don't know if he got cut by Dallas. Last time I checked, I saw him playing in a preseason game for the Mavs. So, never a dull moment in the Knicks verse. And let me know what you guys think, man. Leave me a comment in the comments section. Salute to the replay gang once again. Salute to my Fanchise channel members for checking in. NY11 Mad, appreciate the super chat. Salute to you. Melton is with the Warriors. Yeah, Deontay Melton with the Warriors. So, we went through a couple of options. Bring back Delon Wright. You call big money AB. You see what's good with Victor Oladipo. Markelle Fultz. Somebody said Derrick Rose. We call Derrick Rose Michael Nixon. Salute to you, man. Somebody said, where's my boy Frank Ntilikina? Somewhere in the French Riviera, man. Sipping a pina colada or something, man. Well, Latimer, yes, sir, double duty, man. All right, man, I'm out of here. Hey, remember that we're in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Like, share, and subscribe. Share this video on Facebook, Twitter, Reddit. Share it in your group chat right now. We got to talk about it, man. What are the options here at the point guard spot? We will see you guys again. Hey, might be later. Might be in for a triple header. All right? So to you guys, get home safe. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We out of here, man. Peace.